on the environment and how each of us can make a difference. Today, our planet faces many challenges from pollution to climate change. These issues affect not only nature but also our daily lives. As we look around, we see forests shrinking, oceans filling with plastic, and air quality declining in many cities. But the good news is there are actions we can take to help. In this video, we'll explore what's happening to our environment and share practical steps you can start today to make a positive impact. Let's begin by understanding the current state of our world. One of the biggest threats to our environment is pollution. Factories, vehicles, and even our homes release harmful substances into the air, water, and soil. This pollution not only damages ecosystems, but also poses serious health risks to humans and animals alike. You might notice smog in the air or litter in your local park. These are visible signs of a larger problem. Over time, pollution can lead to respiratory issues, contaminated water sources, and loss of biodiversity. Understanding the sources and effects of pollution is the first step toward finding solutions. Climate change is another major environmental issue. It refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns, mainly caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels. These changes result in more frequent extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and shifting habitats for plants and animals. You may have noticed hotter summers, stronger storms, or unusual weather in your area. All of these are signs that our climate is changing. Understanding climate change helps us see why urgent action is needed to protect our planet for future generations. Forests are often called the lungs of the earth, but they are disappearing at an alarming rate. Deforestation happens when trees are cut down for timber, agriculture, or urban development. This loss of trees means less oxygen, more carbon dioxide, and fewer habitats for wildlife. Deforestation also disrupts water cycles and increases the risk of soil erosion. When forests vanish, so do countless plant and animal species. Protecting and restoring forests is crucial for maintaining a healthy environment and combating climate change. Plastic pollution is a growing problem worldwide. Every year, millions of tons of plastic waste end up in our oceans, rivers, and landscapes. This plastic breaks down into tiny pieces called microplastics, which are eaten by fish and other animals, eventually entering our food chain. Plastic pollution harms wildlife, pollutes water sources, and takes hundreds of years to decompose. Reducing our use of single-use plastics and recycling whenever possible can help address this issue and protect our environment. Biodiversity refers to the variety of life on Earth, from tiny insects to large mammals and everything in between. Unfortunately, many species are disappearing due to habitat loss, pollution, and climate change. This loss of biodiversity weakens ecosystems, making them less resilient to changes and disasters. When we lose species, we also lose valuable resources such as medicines and food sources. Protecting biodiversity is essential for a balanced and healthy planet, and it starts with preserving natural habitats and reducing human impact. Access to clean water is a basic human right, but many communities around the world face water scarcity. Pollution, overuse, and climate change are making fresh water harder to find. Rivers and lakes are drying up, and groundwater levels are dropping. This not only affects people but also plants and animals that rely on these water sources. Conserving water and preventing pollution are key steps we can all take to ensure everyone has access to this vital resource. Air pollution is a silent threat that affects millions of people every day. Emissions from vehicles, factories, and even household products contribute to poor air quality. Breathing polluted air can cause health problems like asthma, allergies, and heart disease. Children and the elderly are especially vulnerable. Improving air quality requires reducing emissions, using cleaner energy sources, and supporting policies that protect the air we breathe. Every small action helps create a healthier environment for all. Oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface and are vital for life. However, they are under threat from pollution, overfishing, and climate change. Coral reefs are dying, fish populations are declining, and plastic waste is accumulating at alarming rates. Healthy oceans regulate the climate, provide food, and support countless species. Protecting our oceans means reducing pollution, supporting sustainable fishing, and being mindful of our daily choices. Healthy soil is the foundation of our food system, but it's being degraded by overuse, pollution, and deforestation. When soil loses its nutrients, crops don't grow as well and food becomes less nutritious. Soil erosion can also lead to floods and landslides. Protecting soil involves using sustainable farming practices, reducing chemical use, and planting trees to prevent erosion. Healthy soil means healthy food and a stable environment. Cities grow, natural spaces are often replaced by buildings and roads. Urbanization leads to habitat loss, increased pollution, and higher energy consumption. While cities offer many opportunities, they also put pressure on the environment. Green spaces, public transportation, and energy-efficient buildings can help reduce the negative impact of urbanization. Planning cities with the environment in mind benefits both people and nature. Demand for energy is higher than ever, and most of it comes from burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. This process releases greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change. Switching to renewable energy sources such as solar and wind can help reduce our carbon footprint. Using energy more efficiently at home and work also makes a big difference. Every time we turn off a light or unplug a device, we're helping the environment. Waste is piling up in landfills and polluting our environment. Improper waste management leads to soil and water contamination, as well as greenhouse gas emissions. Recycling, composting, and reducing waste are important steps we can all take. By sorting our trash and choosing products with less packaging, we help reduce the burden on landfills and protect the environment for future generations. The way we produce and consume food has a big impact on the environment. Industrial farming uses large amounts of water, energy, and chemicals, which can harm soil and water sources. Choosing local, organic, and plant-based foods can reduce your environmental footprint. Reducing food waste is also important. Plan meals, store food properly, and compost leftovers when possible. Every small change adds up to a healthier planet. Cars, trucks, and airplanes are major sources of greenhouse gas emissions. Transportation contributes to air pollution and climate change. Walking, biking, carpooling, or using public transportation are great ways to reduce your carbon footprint. Electric vehicles and cleaner fuels are also making a difference. By choosing sustainable transportation options, we can all help improve air quality and protect the environment. Modern lifestyles often encourage us to buy more than we need. Overconsumption leads to more waste, pollution, and resource depletion. By being mindful of what we buy and choosing quality over quantity, we can reduce our impact on the environment. Repairing, reusing, and recycling items extends their life and keeps them out of landfills. Conscious consumption is a powerful way to help the planet. Fashion industry is a major polluter, producing huge amounts of waste and using toxic chemicals. Fast fashion encourages us to buy cheap clothes that are quickly discarded. This cycle harms the environment and exploits workers. Choosing sustainable brands, buying secondhand, and caring for your clothes can make a big difference. Every piece of clothing you keep out of the landfill helps reduce pollution. Electronic devices make our lives easier, but they also create a lot of waste. Old phones, computers, and appliances often end up in landfills where they can leak toxic chemicals into the soil and water. Recycling electronics properly and donating working devices can help reduce e-waste. When buying new gadgets, look for energy-efficient models and consider if you really need the latest upgrade. Chemicals from factories, farms, and households can pollute air, water, and soil. Pesticides, fertilizers, and cleaning products often contain substances that are harmful to both people and wildlife. Using natural alternatives, reducing chemical use, and supporting eco-friendly products can help minimize pollution. Every small change in our daily routines can make a big difference for the environment. Noise pollution is often overlooked, but it can have serious effects on both humans and wildlife. Loud traffic, construction, and industrial activities disrupt natural habitats and can cause stress, hearing loss, and sleep problems. Planting trees, using noise barriers, and supporting quieter technologies can help reduce noise pollution. Creating peaceful environments benefits everyone. Artificial lights brighten our cities but also disrupt natural cycles for humans and animals. Light pollution makes it hard to see stars and can interfere with sleep and wildlife behavior. Using energy-efficient lighting, turning off unnecessary lights, and supporting dark sky initiatives can help reduce light pollution. Protecting the night sky is important for both people and the environment. Green spaces like parks, gardens, and forests are essential for our well-being and the health of the planet. They provide clean air, reduce heat, and support biodiversity. As cities expand, these spaces are often lost. Protecting and creating more green spaces in urban areas helps people connect with nature and improves quality of life for everyone. Many animal species are at risk of extinction due to habitat loss, pollution, and climate change. Protecting wildlife means preserving their habitats, reducing pollution, and supporting conservation efforts. Simple actions like planting native plants, avoiding pesticides, and supporting wildlife organizations can make a big difference. Every species plays a role in the ecosystem, and their survival is linked to our own. Extreme weather events like hurricanes, floods, and wildfires are becoming more common due to climate change. These disasters can destroy homes, disrupt communities, and cause loss of life. Preparing for extreme weather and supporting efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions are important steps in protecting ourselves and the environment. Building resilient communities helps us adapt to a changing climate. Polar ice caps are melting at an unprecedented rate, contributing to rising sea levels and loss of habitat for animals like polar bears and penguins. This melting is a direct result of global warming. Protecting the polar regions requires reducing greenhouse gas emissions and supporting conservation efforts. The fate of these distant places is closely connected to the health of our entire planet. Switching to renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower is one of the most effective ways to combat climate change. These sources produce clean energy without emitting greenhouse gases. Supporting renewable energy projects and using green energy at home can help reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. Every step toward clean energy brings us closer to a sustainable future. Transportation is a major source of pollution, but there are greener options available. Electric vehicles, bicycles, and public transit all help reduce emissions. Walking or biking for short trips is not only good for the environment, but also for your health. Supporting sustainable transportation options in your community can lead to cleaner air and less traffic congestion. Choosing eco-friendly products helps reduce pollution and conserve resources. Look for items made from recycled materials, biodegradable packaging, and products with minimal environmental impact. Supporting companies that prioritize sustainability encourages more businesses to adopt green practices. Every purchase is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. 3Rs, reduce, reuse, and recycle are simple but powerful ways to help the environment. Reducing means buying less and wasting less. Reusing involves finding new uses for old items. Recycling turns waste into new products. Practicing the 3Rs every day helps conserve resources, reduce pollution, and protect the planet for future generations. Water is a precious resource, and conserving it is essential for the environment. Simple actions like fixing leaks, taking shorter showers, and using water-efficient appliances can save thousands of liters each year. Collecting rainwater for gardening and choosing drought-resistant plants also help. Every drop counts when it comes to protecting our water supply. Saving energy at home is easier than you might think. Turn off lights when not in use, unplug electronics, and use energy-efficient appliances. Insulating your home and using programmable thermostats can also reduce energy consumption. These small changes lower your utility bills and help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Buying local food reduces the environmental impact of transportation and supports local farmers. Farmers markets and community-supported agriculture programs offer fresh, seasonal produce. Growing your own food, even in small spaces, is another way to eat sustainably. Every meal made with local ingredients helps reduce your carbon footprint. Trees are vital for a healthy environment. They absorb carbon dioxide, provide oxygen, and support wildlife. Planting trees in your community or supporting reforestation projects can make a big difference. Even a single tree helps clean the air and provide shade. Get involved in local tree planting events or start your own project at home. Composting turns food scraps and yard waste into valuable fertilizer for gardens. It reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills and enriches the soil. Starting a compost bin at home is easy and can be done in small spaces. Composting is a simple way to close the loop and give back to the earth. Choosing eco-friendly transportation options like biking, walking, or using electric vehicles helps reduce pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. Public transportation is another great way to lower your carbon footprint. Every trip you take without a car makes a positive impact on the environment. Reducing plastic use is one of the simplest ways to help the environment. Bring reusable bags, bottles, and containers when you shop or eat out. Avoid single-use plastics whenever possible and choose products with minimal packaging. Every piece of plastic you avoid helps keep our planet cleaner. Supporting conservation efforts helps protect endangered species and preserve natural habitats. You can get involved by volunteering, donating, or spreading awareness about conservation projects. Every action, big or small, contributes to the protection of our planet's precious resources. Sharing what you know about environmental issues with friends, family, and your community is a powerful way to create change. Education raises awareness and inspires others to take action. Whether it's through conversations, social media, or community events, spreading knowledge helps build a movement for a healthier planet. Advocating for environmental policies and supporting leaders who prioritize sustainability can lead to meaningful change. Voting, signing petitions, and participating in community meetings are all ways to make your voice heard. Collective action is essential for creating a better future for everyone. Volunteering for local environmental projects is a hands-on way to make a difference. Whether it's cleaning up parks, planting trees, or helping with recycling programs, your efforts have a direct impact. Volunteering also connects you with others who care about the environment and strengthens your community. Supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability encourages more companies to adopt eco-friendly practices. Look for certifications, transparent sourcing, and responsible production methods. Your purchasing choices send a message that you value the environment and want to support positive change. Living sustainably means making choices that reduce your impact on the environment. This includes using less energy and water, reducing waste, and supporting sustainable products and services. Every decision, from what you eat to how you travel, can help create a healthier planet. Start small and build new habits over time. Your actions can inspire others to care for the environment. Lead by example, whether it's recycling, conserving energy, or volunteering. When people see positive change, they're more likely to join in. Together, we can create a ripple effect that leads to a cleaner, greener world for everyone. Despite the challenges, there is hope for the future. People around the world are working together to protect the environment and find solutions to our biggest problems. Every action counts, and together, we can make a difference. Let's stay hopeful and committed to building a better world for ourselves and future generations. Now that you know more about the challenges facing our environment and the steps you can take, it's time to act. Start with small changes in your daily life and encourage others to join you. Remember, every effort matters. Together, we can protect our planet and ensure a healthy, vibrant future for all living things. Thank you for watching and caring about our Earth.